What is up there, everybody? Citrus Aviation here for yet another video. Today we are going to unbox the largest model airplane ever made in 200 scale. This is the Gemini 200 Antonov 225, and I bought it from Panda Fox Toys in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it was air freighted to me. So let's go ahead, take a look at it, talk about this model, talk about why it's such a special model, and take a close look at it. So let's get started. Alrighty, so here we go. We have this 225 and it comes in a massive box here. So this was air freighted, as you can see by the air freight sticker here that I've covered up, obviously to hide personal information because I don't want to show that stuff publicly. This box was packaged very well, as is should be expected for something that's quite expensive. This model was $270 MSRP. Now I did get it, I think, for about $230 is what this cost. And for that money, you're getting the largest model airplane ever produced in 200 scale. Now this is not the first 225 made in one of 200 scale. There was actually another company that made one about 5 to 10 years ago, and they made like 2 or 3 different versions. But this is the final variant of the 225. The Dream, as is the name of the aircraft, in the final version before it was destroyed in the Russia-Ukraine war that's currently going on. Alright, here we go. I'm very excited to open this up and take a look at the gorgeous model that is certainly waiting inside. Now this is the biggest model I've ever opened, and it probably will be the largest model airplane I ever unbox. Yeah, total cost was $229.95 including shipping. And here she is. This is the Gemini 200 Antonov 225. Comes in a gigantic box. That's massive. Alright, let's take them out. Alright, so here's the box for this model. This is what the front of it looks like. We have the back. We have the top. The bottom. And then both of the sides are identical. So when we open this, there's a tab here on the side, and it comes out like this. I believe it comes out a single piece of styrofoam as well, which is unique. No, it doesn't. Alright, it is still split mold. But there is this piece here at the end to give it extra protection. And let's take it out. So as per usual, it's a double-sided. Wow, that thing is massive. Okay, this is huge. This is what it looks like. This is the model. Here's the stand, and then here are the gear doors. Alright, so let's take this out. We first have the stand. This is the standard Gemini Jets wide body stand that they use. Or this might be the one they use for the A380s. But yeah, this is the large Gemini wide body stand, looks like. Yeah, the bigger one. And then here we have the gear doors. These are the main doors in the fully extended position, and then we have the retracted position as well if you would choose to do so. I personally like to do the fully extended gears. I think it looks a little bit better, in my opinion. You take this piece of plastic off, and then here is the model itself. I like to grab by the fuselage as soon as I can. Whoa, that's heavy. Very heavy. This is probably about 5 or 6 pounds just for this. You can see the stand goes in just like this. Pretty simple. It's got padding on it too, so it does not scratch the paint on the underside. The landing gear come very nice, and it's quite easy to install them because they are magnetized. So on the front you have your 2 nose gears. As the 225 does have a pair of nose gears. From my understanding, there's only one correct way to do it, and there's dimples in there to do it correctly. And then we have our main gear here. which slot in like so. And there you go, you have the gear on your 225 installed. So let's take a look at this model. I have it here up on the stand, and we're going to take a look at some of the details. So up on the nose, you can see it says Antonov 225, and then you can see it says there below a 4-door international cargo transporter, and then it has a phone number and fax and email to contact the company in order to arrange transport services. On the top, you can see there are 3 antennas. They are actually placed in different positions on the model. So the forward one is right down the middle. The one behind is actually off center to the starboard side slightly. This is the starboard side of the aircraft we're looking at. And then the third one is direct center. Next, you can see a little window, and then you can see an escape arrow pointing to an escape hatch. As this aircraft was developed as a partly military aircraft, you can see some military aspects to this aircraft. Moving down, we have the wing root, where you can see 2 NACA ducts. There are the 6 engines, 3 on each wing. This is one of few aircraft to have 6 engines. There are a couple other jets that were built that had 6 engines. It's not exclusive to a 225, but it is the last modern aircraft to have 6 engines before it was destroyed. It is accurate for the wing to actually be pointed down like this, as a lot of large aircraft, the C5 Galaxy is another one like this, where the large wing actually has to be somewhat flexible, and therefore when the aircraft is parked, the wing actually droops down a little bit, such as you can see here. I wanted to go ahead and focus on these humps here. You can see there's 2 large humps, there's 3 smaller ones up front as well, and then there's a bunch in the back. So what are these for? Well, these were designed to hold the Boron space shuttle, which is the equivalent of the Russian space shuttle to compete with the United States. And so the Russians need a transporter aircraft that could transport a shuttle. However, it was discovered they didn't really have such an aircraft that existed. So they built a cargo aircraft whose purpose was to carry that shuttle. Now, it had to have a large cargo capacity in order to carry parts for it as well. And therefore, this aircraft ended up being able to see secondary life after this program was canceled to carry large cargo items, where it was used until the aircraft was destroyed in the Russian-Ukrainian War in February of 2021. Here you can see the wheels once again. You can see another escape hatch with another rescue sign as well. And you can see some more of those humps there where there would have been rods and supports that would have been placed there to help fit the Boron space shuttle. Registration, Uniform Romeo 82060. You can see some more windows, more escape hatches. Very nicely detailed model here by Gemini. There's still quite a bit of fine detail to this model. Again, this is not meant to be the full overview. I will be doing a review separately of this model very soon, but it's really cool to just give you this little overview of the model and kind of whet your appetite for the full review. At the rear, we have this twin tail design, and once again, this was built to fit the space shuttle that they had, so the rear of the space shuttle would kind of come back here, so a single wing was not going to be good enough. In addition, for a lot of larger aircraft, a twin tail design actually adds a good bit of stability, which is really, really important and helps to increase its cargo capacity. So this model is so large that it doesn't really fit properly in my new display case here for 200 scale. You can see it gets very close to the wall on both sides. So I'm going to have to fit it here on top where I currently have these 2 American models. But here's like a 787-9. Yes, in my view of this Harper model, I did call it -8. It's actually a -9. But you can see 2 737s fit no problem. An A330neo fits no problem. 787-9 fits no problem. The 224 is too big. This thing is gigantic. This model does though fit quite nicely on top of the display shelf here. Now I eventually will pair this with another model that's coming soon. Expect that unboxing as well, but this and that other model become the 2 flagship models, the 2 centerpieces of my collection. What a nice model this is. It's massive, very nicely detailed. It's just so nice to have this model in the collection. And a celebration of the largest aircraft ever built. So really, really cool addition to the collection. Alright, so ultimately, this is an incredible model right here. It's quite expensive, $270 at your Gemini Jets standard price. A lot of retailers will sell it for $210 to $230, as was the case for this one. It's a great model and a centerpiece for anyone's collection, whoever buys it. I am partly Ukrainian, so this is a great addition to my collection. Very happy to pick it up. And if you're looking for the largest model aircraft in 200 scale ever built, this is it right here. There were a couple of versions made 5 to 10 years ago, but they're hard to come by. This new Gemini version is a lot less expensive and generally going to be a lot better than those old ones. So very happy to pick this up. You may notice the new background back here. This is the new background for my videos going forward, and it's going to be what I use to talk about videos and such. You may have seen the YouTube short and Instagram reel I posted about the setup and how I put it together. But there'll be an update coming out soon, channel update talking about it, and showing how I put it together and talking about some of the new changes that are coming to the channel. But this is this model. I suspect a lot of people will watch this video because it is a unique model of quite an interesting airplane. So that's it for this video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you want to pick up this model, I bought it at Panda Fox Toys. It's available at most retailers right now, but I do think it's going to sell out pretty quickly. There is a second run of these coming in June. For those who miss out on this first one, this was a April release, and Gemini officially announced the model on the 25th of February 2023. So cool plane, great model. If you're looking to buy it, I recommend it. So that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day, and God bless you.